which way it's going to go. Here, in game number 1, it's Peli versus Longo.
So tell me a little bit about their previous set. When did these two players play before?
They played one set. It's a long time ago, 2019, at the Ultimate Fighting Arena. But it's weird because Peli in that set wasn't playing Sonic, wasn't playing King Dedede, he was playing Snake. And it was very close. So the Sonic might be a little bit more suited here to fight the Rob. A little bit more speed, a little bit more agility. I'm really excited to see what Peli can bring to the table here.
Yeah, and so far these players is going back and forth, and Peli, got hit by an early combo, but now really finding his momentum. But here's Longo, immediately proving me wrong with hit after hit. That Becker, such a lasting hitbox, very, very apt for that ledge trapping roll. And so far, back and forth, best way to describe it. But if we kind of look at it from a non-percentage point of view, I was about to say there's a definite kill power differential, but Peli finding the right read, Longo a little bit of an overextension in the disadvantage there, just air dodging to center stage, and Peli making quick work of a bad disadvantage like that. But kind of messing up the DI there, have to wonder, what was going on. But at the end of the day, we're back to fresh stocks so early already. Peli using the invincibility to go through the laser. That's going to be a huge aspect of this matchup, right? So Rob very much reliant on lasting big hitboxes, and Sonic can use invincibility to kind of like mitigate that weakness, but it's very timing reliant, and it kind of opens the door to a lot of these timing and pressure mix-ups.
Yeah, and now it's Longo who has the ledge trap, but Peli with a quick jump gets out of there. A lot of gyro tossing going around. You see Peli throwing up the gyro all the time to keep it out of play. And we've seen these down throws from Rob time and time again in this tournament. There are so many mix-ups, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Rob down throw buries you and you gotta mash, and if you mash, he can punish you for it, and if you don't mash, he can punish you for it. So it's a 50-50 with of course associated risk reward. But I think if you're on the sticks, if you're not sure, I would always say just throw out the mash, better safe than sorry. Yeah. And here we kind of see a repeat from that first stock. Peli finding another KO a little bit earlier than expected, looking at like the weight of Rob, the degree to which it is pretty hard to hit Rob with a solid KO move. And I mean, Peli didn't even need to. Longo was out of fuel. You don't see that often. So Peli taking a comfortable lead here in the first game, which is huge considering the game plan of Sonic as a character, right? Peli, of course, not too campy of a player, would like to engage, and in that situation it kind of came back to bite him in the behind.
Right, we saw Peli taking his time, but just a little bit too much. Those long-lasting hitboxes on the back air, once again taking a stock for Longo, and now it's basically an even game, but it's Longo off stage, and this is a scary situation. We have seen Peli get great damage out of it time and time again, but let's see what happens here. Longo trying to land, gets hit by the forward tilt. The laser not connecting, but the gyro is in play.
Something that's so interesting about Peli Sonic is the way he pilots the character is what I would say pretty unorthodox, in the sense that a lot of Sonics are either, they're kind of like Ken style, where they prefer to utilize the movement a lot, or they're more of, maybe, Okay, he almost getting the KO. Let's pause that for a second. Focus on this advantage state. Again, we see Longo going high, using a lot of fuel here again, and that came back to bite him, but this time we can see the fuel gauge on the side of Rob being filled up nicely. So no danger there, gets back to the neutral, but now Peli, he's looking for that final KO, and that's basically what I was going to say. It's like Peli, he doesn't really rely on specials or on normals, goes for a healthy combination of both, and just like that, finds the kill confirmed that he needed to close out game number 1. And like you said, I mean, Peli, these two players might have a bit of history, but not the Peli Sonic. Peli known as a Sonic player in Smash 4, but now transitioning into Ultimate, hasn't really clicked with the character, hasn't really been finding, that comfort on Sonic as much as he did in Smash 4. But as of late, he decided, hey, I'm going to give Sonic a chance. He's been in the back of my mind this entire time. And I want to see, can I make it happen with this character? Can I come back to Sonic and really make him shine? And of course, inspired by a lot of the other Sonic mains. So many Sonic mains really popping off lately. And, maybe Peli can be among them. So far, is looking extremely favorable for Peli. Is, very reliant on finding those early KOs. The forward smashes, the spin dash confirm, even, the Gimp with the lack of fuel. But the question is, how consistently can you find those kill confirms?
Right, because Longo knows that Peli is trying to get those early KOs with the forward smash, like you said, so he will try to avoid those situations, use his hitboxes more to zone to control the airspace around him, use the gyro more to control the ground space, using the lasers. But we've also seen Peli being very nimble, getting around all those projectiles. Here we see Longo getting a grab, up throw to forward air will connect, the laser will connect. Is this an early KO? No, it's not going to be it.
It is not, but it is pressure. The spin dash, though, coming through. And, yeah, Peli just very, very on point with his special usage, in my opinion. And that's kind of the thing, right? You kind of highlighted, yeah, maybe Longo wants to use his aerials and moves to kind of occupy space preemptively a bit more, you know, make it harder for Peli to zone break. But that's actually exactly what Sonic wants, right? Sonic kind of charging the side B, waiting for you to whiff something, and then coming in with either a hard punish leading to huge damage, or a lot of pressure and then kind of disengaging after the spin dash gets shielded or anything like that. So definitely don't want to throw out those nairs preemptively, because that's exactly what can happen. Peli getting the spin dash from off stage, going all the way on stage, looping behind Longo and back carrying him, almost getting that early KO again, and all because Longo threw out something preemptively. And if we see a little bit more of a waiting-based playstyle from Longo, like we saw right there, we're already seeing better results. Finding that KO with the up smash out of shield. Peli trying to answer back with his own smash attack, not quite finding it.
No, and this is a very important point for Longo, because he needs to stay ahead in this matchup. You pointed out earlier how much easier this matchup gets for Sonic once he gets ahead. Then he can camp, then he can take his own pace. But if Longo is ahead, the matchup completely changes. Now it's Peli who needs to be on the offensive. And being on the offensive against Rob, not really the position you want to be in.
Definitely not. And Longo making quick work of Peli's second stock so far. Look at that, 81 on Peli and 150 on Rob. That means that the rage is quickly becoming a factor. Back throw definitely not going to do it, but the situation is dire. The chase with the up B. Talking about dire situations. Peli using that vertical mobility that is so underrated in this game to chase, and even up the stock count. And that could be huge because, you know, now a Sonic combo or two can definitely even up the percentages. There's one.
Yeah, talking about combos, there we saw a little one, and just a sliver of what Sonic can do. He will be looking for more spin dashes, like you pointed out earlier, trying to see whenever Longo whiffs a move, you'll immediately see Peli move in, trying to get those hits in. Here's a forward air. And a ledge trapping situation. Up air to a nair. Yeah, that will be a quick 30%. Not really what he wanted. Wanted a little bit more, but still, it's pretty good. Longo with the grab. Here's that mix-up. Gets it.
Yeah, no mash by Peli, and Longo kind of predicting an early release. Peli could have committed to a no mash entirely, avoided the up air, but he did not get KO'd by it, which is, you know, the biggest takeaway from that situation. Now Peli at 156, and both these characters, you know, we talked about how Rob is a bit better at killing than Sonic, which definitely holds true, but it's hard to find a killing blow on Sonic. Look at the way he's moving around the stage, man. Side B in, side B out, just mitigating all disadvantageous positions with those special mix-ups. You can find a neutral air, but it doesn't matter unless.
Very good laser. Yep. Very good laser from Longo. Gives him just enough time to get the forward air out. And now it's Peli on his final stock. But he is not done yet. He wants to get that KO. Tries to go high again with the spring. Here's the spin dash to get to the middle of the stage. Will get the gyro for his troubles, but Longo is playing patiently, trying to take his time, especially off stage. But gets back hard in the end. Peli evens it right back up.
Yeah, and after a pretty dominant lead at the beginning of the game, Peli has clawed his way back into what is essentially an even game. The gyro leading into the grab, Peli with the awareness, double back air. He's been landing those, I don't know how, triple back air. He's
Longo, no jump.
Quadra back air. He's just back airing. There's no stopping the Sonic. The upper into the nair as well. Huge damage for there with punish on the nair. I don't know how Peli keeps finding these hits.
Longo can't seem to land. Now he did land. Now he needs to do the same to Peli. Peli cannot come back to the stage. He does find his way back to the stage. Longo finds the forward air. These guys are just trading back and forth. Another back air. Tries to go high. Doesn't quite get it. Longo makes it back to the ledge. But
such a lasting hitbox. And the chase with the back air. Peli does not miss. It's back air after back air. And they just keep connecting. I can say nothing, but, you know, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the way he keeps finding these back airs, even when they don't kill. It's amazing damage output, resets the situation, and he's just making sure, hey, Longo, I get you. You know, you want to use that up B to go high, get around me, get around Sonic, but Longo not really keeping that upbeat chase in mind from what I can see. And I feel like, you know, Longo will have a little bit of better success maybe playing a bit more of a mid-height recovery mix-up. You know, you don't want to go low. You have to deal with the spring in those situations, but you can definitely mix in like mid-height recoveries and then maybe sneak in some reversal hitboxes as well, which, you know, Peli has been pretty good at beating out. But if you mix them up well, Sonic can struggle to deal with those hitboxes. You know, as we said before, Rob very reliant on lasting big hitboxes, even disjointed at times, looking at the nair back air. So in that sense, I would like to see Longo being a little bit less respectful, right? By going so widely around Sonic, you're also giving Peli a lot of time to set up his own pressure.
Right. But it's very hard to adapt your game plan on the fly, especially when you're down 2-0. And it seemed like everything was working out for Longo. It seemed like everything was working until that back air string. I remember it like it happened just a second ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back airs. And Peli just seemed so dominant right back then. But before that, it was Longo who was in the driver's seat. And let's see if he can do it again. Now Peli with the back air throws Longo off stage. Doesn't get attacked, but it's fine in the end.
There's the up smash, and Peli just holding on to pressure even after that whipped up smash, realizing, hey, Longo is definitely going for like sort of an empty land mix-up. You don't often see Robs going for landing fairs, and it's something we highlighted yesterday, where if you play against Rob and you see him landing, you can react to a Tomahawk oftentimes because you see, hey, he's not doing a landing nair. You react to the nair startup instead of to the landing itself, and through that you avoid the Tomahawk in a lot of situations. Now, Longo, though, working on a nice edge guard, working on a nice ledge trap, actually gets mixed up by Peli, going for a rising backer into a single hit up air into an advantage state of his own. And look at this situation. The gyro gets caught, the pressure is on, Longo somehow lands, tilts his shield up for some reason, gets shield poked because of it, and that is the end of his stock. That shield tilt, you gotta put it, you gotta question, why was that there?
Yeah, and I gotta be honest, Ramses, I think Peli is getting a lot more out of these ledge trap situations than Longo is. Peli just seems to escape the edge every single time, and I've seen Robs do crazy stuff on the ledge, and especially that backer is such an important tool, but Peli just seems to know his stuff. Does get hit by the arm rotor, so Longo ties it back up, but I'd like to see Longo get a little bit more out of those ledge trap situations.
Yeah, good call out by Longo. You gotta say, hey man, maybe don't spin that here. Establish a bit of burst range. In this situation, some of the most rewarding burst range that Longo could establish. So well done. Finds a few straight hits, and that's really like what you were talking about like getting the most out of these situations. I think that really is the name of the game, because when we look at like the way Peli approaches the game, it's a lot of grinding, and when he grinds, it's a lot of like optimization, right? Using the footstool out of the LB, a small bit of optimization as well. And you can see that Longo a little bit less inclined towards that optimization heavy playstyle, focuses more on playing like footsies, focuses more on you know, like overall decision making. But if you get less out of your decisions than your opponent does, and your opponent's making good decisions themselves as well, well, there's very little advantage left at that point, and that's what we're seeing here. Just a very polished play by Peli, but look at this, the up tilt up air, not going to connect. Peli barely sneaking in an up B in that sequence.
Do you think there was a world where he would have gone for up smash? Because I personally would have gone for the up smash, but Peli gets a back throw here, tries to go for the edge guards again. Can he hit that back air? Longo taking it slow, trying to get back to the ledge, dodges out on all the springs, tries to use the gyro, does knock Peli off the edge, gets a little bit more time. The nair will get him out of disadvantage. And now it's Peli's turn to get out of disadvantage. And we'll get grab first troubles.
Ooh, the up throw on a stage like this, definitely going to be the KO. And now Longo, again, we saw it last game as well, he is in the lead, but Peli, so quick on the pressure, so quick on the aggression. And that's kind of what Peli does, right? He's always checking you. He's like, are you ready to counteract this? Are you ready to counteract that? And by constantly checking, eventually there's going to be something that sticks, and it's all up to the opponent to say, hey, Peli, you're not allowed to check me like this, right? You're overcommitting here. And when Longo is not on point with the punishes, Peli basically gets away with checking Longo whichever way he wants to.
Right, but not being on point with the punishes. I hear you, Ramses, but right now, Longo is hitting every single thing that he needs to hit. He's building up that percentage lead, which is so important. Gets the down throw here, up tilt, up air. Doesn't quite get the right connection, and Peli does with the back air.
Yeah, Longo overextending on the down smash there. Tried to you know, read the air dodge, which to be fair, he did read the air dodge, just wasn't in the right position to punish it because Peli very intelligently going to the platform, mitigating a lot of risk from that situation. Now Longo, again, this is 50-50, this could be curtains, but Peli delaying the mash again, and you're right, Near. I mean, we should see those up smashes coming anytime now if Longo is adapting to the way Peli plays these down throw situations. Now Peli finding a few straight hits, but nothing big, only 9%. The spin dash not connecting either, not the right hit right there. But this one will, and the situation, again, Peli, we've seen it before. He gets so much once he gets his advantage state going.
Yeah, and this is a very scary situation for both players. Of course, we see Rob on only 52%, but we've seen Peli make 52% into a stock really quickly. But it's Peli on the knife's edge, 165%. Forward there is not gonna do it. Longo lives to die
at the blast zone. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And now that 160 on Peli is looking scary because it's rage. The up air one, the chase gets the forward air. Good DI by Longo. If that was the eye behind, it would have been a back air for the KO. Now Peli finally, after all that discipline, overextending on the up smash and gets punished with the Nair KO. Peli saying, run that back. Wasn't a problem with the stage. We can do that all over again. And Longo finally on the board. After that last game, you know, that's going to be huge for him because going down after being in such a commanding position the entire time would have been rough, especially, you know, we saw the kill screen. We saw Longo just kind of like going out there, giving a little smooch to the blast zone and making his way back to win the game. Very scary though. Very, very scary situation. Like I said, the rage was building, and that just means, you know, you gotta find those KOs, you gotta get those, especially those down throw 50-50s, man. Those have been haunting him.
Yeah, but Ramses, I would like to point your eyes to the timer, because last game was a 6-minute game. The game before that was a 6-minute game. These games are exhausting to play. Right now it's Longo in the lead, 82%. Peli makes it back using the down air. Spin dashes in. Longo with the down tilts all across the stage.
Oh yeah,
showing the left, baby.
Yeah, showing the potency of those down tilts, and that, my sir, is a 0 to death. No scratch on this robot. Just entirely fresh stock. Now Peli finally making a dent in the robotic armor, and that is a statement to start off the game. We saw Longo in a commanding position game 2. We saw Longo in a commanding position game 3, and now in game 4 again, Longo showing what he's worth, and adaptation on deck.
Yeah, it definitely, and it led to a stock lead for him, an entire stock to be exact, and that's crazy considering how close the previous 3 games have been.
Yeah.
So what's the big difference here? Oh, nice up airs here, but what's the big difference here? Why is Longo suddenly so dominant?
He's not getting KO'd early.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Okay, we cursed him! We cursed him! I'm sorry!
I'm sorry, Longo. If you're watching this, you know, forgive me. Anyway, he's not getting KO'd early as often, right? He's staying more composed. Peli almost found an early one in the previous game, right? But it did not fly. And I think that is really, like, such a big thing against Sonic. Is like, you gotta play around his solid neutral while also playing around his possible KO setup. And the combination of playing around both of those factors, that is what makes playing against Sonic so exhausting, because, you know, what could be a solid neutral, right, with the spin dash, with the patient play, with the run-up mix-ups, they're not entirely overlapping with the solid kill setups, like, for example, a forward smash read or an up smash read like that. And that is what makes it so exhausting, is that, you know, you're focusing on 2 different things. Again, Peli finding the up B out of that situation, and the back air coming through in a big way. But let's look at the percentages here, Near, because what looked like a full stock lead is now everything but even. 1 single KO, and we've seen Peli get those back airs. They don't miss, and we're back to even. The forward tilt, that's a good start. Again, Longo going high, going for a mid-high mix-up, gets hit on the recovery, and now Peli just chasing, has to pull the trigger sometime, and there it is, double up B. I told you, Near, he does not miss.
He does not miss, but he doesn't miss either. Longo gets the arm rotor, doesn't quite get it, might get the back air here. A ledge trap situation. Peli makes it back to the middle of the stage. A little bit of footsies right here. The spin dash is not going to do very much, but yeah, like you pointed out, this percentage lead has been growing lower and lower every second. Peli has clawed his way back into the game, made it real competitive. Now again, it's Longo who's a nice 70% of the lead, but right as I say that, Peli gets some nice hit of his own. But Longo is definitely the favorite in this game.
Longo looking strong. Longo going high to kind of mitigate the spin dash. Interesting movement by Peli using that jump. That's a rare mix-up, but Peli, again, throwing it out, kind of mixing up, staying ambiguous. And that spring chase made my heart skip a beat, but Longo, you know, air dodging out. Peli going for the fake out with the down air and taking his advantage state because of it. And now the lead is almost gone. The up smash, again, it looks like the overcommitment. Time and time again, it's that up smash, and Peli finds a spring and qualifies for the World Tour Finals. Peli.
That's a heartbreaker. That
was a heartbreaker. Yeah, I mean, we saw Longo in that commanding position, you know? At the end of the day, the spring just wasn't ready to tech. It's a tech check, right? And you hate to go out